I'm wondering where your mindset came from, because usually you'd hear quite a lot of stories of people joining who before had no purpose in life. They were maybe spending their time playing video games or just doing other things and feeling like they're wasting their time. Then after they join, they realize they have a purpose to work towards, to spend their time on productively. But you seem like quite a disciplined person just speaking to you. So what was your mindset like before you joined?
Definitely have a bit of an interesting story when it comes to my life before the real world, everything that goes on inside there. So I grew up an average guy in high school, played sports, everyone knew who I was, average type of guy, graduated high school, went to university, drank and partied all the time, gained a little bit of weight, tried to stay inside the weight room, started lifting weights when I was 16, really loved it. So just pumping the weights all the time. I realized that increasing your physicality definitely commands a level of respect from others just by your physical presence. In December of 2019, graduated from university and took my first job in corporate America, where I moved away from the university city and outside of my hometown. And I didn't know anyone in the city I was living in. And that's where things really started to take that turn, where I was just drinking 5 to 7 nights a week, got up to 250 pounds, and I couldn't run around the block. Well, in November of 2020, was in my 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment, working my 9 to 5, working really hard for the company, but making someone else rich. And the story goes, I get out of the shower and it's, this little bathroom. And when you're in the shower, the mirror gets steamed up. So I got this little mirror here and I wipe the mirror clean to get the steam off. And I look at myself and I just thought, there's no way I'm not dying like this. So that was November of 2020. And from there on, I just wanted to be the absolute best version of myself. So I signed up for a half Ironman, which is a 1.2 mile swim, followed by a 56 mile bike, finished off with a 13.1 mile run, all done consecutively. And at the time, just like when I joined the Amazon campus, at the time I had no idea what an Ironman was or what it entailed. I knew that you had to swim and then you had to bike and then you had to run, but I just went on an absolute mission at the start of 2021 to figure out exactly what that was. So as I started training at the beginning of the year, 2 weeks later, that corporate job in my 9 to 5, they brought me into an office and they said, "Hey, Dan, we got to let you go. You haven't made enough progress on this, and that. And because of that, you're done." And in that moment, something almost overtook my mind and it said, accept your reality. Accept the fact that you're out of shape, that you're not doing your job, and that these people are firing you and you're going to change. So I stood there, looked at my boss, and I said, okay, signed my paperwork, cleared out my office. On that drive home, I called my brother, who I now live with, and I said, this is going to be the greatest thing that has ever happened to me and to us. I'm going to change my life and I'm going to become an absolute maniac. And I don't know exactly how yet, but every single day I'm going to work my ass off towards it. And that's what I did. So for the next 6 months, at the start of 2021 to June of 2021, I trained 6+ hours a day and my swim, bike, and my run. I didn't even know how to swim, and I was going to have to swim 1.2 miles. So I taught myself how to swim. Started off by not being able to swim from one end of the pool to the other, almost thinking again, should I just quit? Because you can't even swim one lap and you've got to go swim 1.2 miles, so you have to swim 40+ laps, but in the open lake. Stayed at it every day tenaciously and relentlessly, and really fell in love with the sport and fell in love with suffering. The direct answer to your question of where did I develop the discipline is from suffering. I think that every man needs to learn how to suffer, and it's your ability to suffer over time consistently that builds in that discipline. So suffering leads to growth, and discipline is just something that happens as an offset to that. That was a 6-month journey that really opened up my eyes to the potential of what I could accomplish. And after that was complete, I thought, all right, that was the greatest 6 months of my entire life. What more is out there for me? So I continued down that path. Since then, I've completed multiple other half Ironmans, including a sub 5 hour half Ironman, as well as a full distance Ironman. And I've also completed multiple ultra marathons of 50 miles and over 50 miles as well. I got myself right physically before coming into the real world, because I believe that getting yourself right physically is an absolute key to success. And you become so sharp through physical suffering. I would say that mentally, I'm in complete control of my mind 24/7, no matter what I want to do. And that's really the key. So when you join something like the real world and your mindset is exactly where you need to be, you're very driven, you understand exactly where you need to go. The rest is just where do you need to plug and play and really put yourself in the best position to succeed.